The holiday season is in full swing and it's important to maintain your mental health. And the ATX Yoga Girl, aka Cynthia Bernard, is here with some easy, practical tips. Good morning, Cynthia. How are you?
Good morning, Blake. Thanks for having me
today. Of course. We're excited to have you here. Okay, so Cynthia, kind of tell people what exactly is the ATX Yoga Girl and why'd you kind of start this? Tell us the background story.
Yeah, so about 9 years ago, I left my corporate job that I was very burned out on, traveling too much, getting stressed. I had found yoga about 13 years ago, and I knew that there was a different way for me to live. And because I had been introduced to this practice of yoga and meditation and incorporate it into my life, I wanted to share that and be able to help others incorporate it into their lives.
Yeah, and I love that piece of it because I think with like yoga and affirmations and this kind of like world, if you will, people are a little bit apprehensive at first, right?
Yeah.
And so what would you say to them to kind of maybe like lower the barriers and just like jump in?
That it is really for everyone.
Yeah.
And there's always a starting point. It could be with the affirmations.
Yeah.
It could be with moving your body. It could be with just learning how to breathe and help regulate the body when you're feeling stressed.
Okay, so just regulating and kind of maintaining, right?
Yeah.
Knowing yourself
Having
a little bit.
a regular practice starting with 1 minute a day.
Oh.
And it's that practice, that continuation that your body starts to notice a shift. Your mind, your thoughts start to shift. You start feeling kinder to yourself. And that's also why I love affirmations, because those help incorporate those kinder thoughts and kinder feelings.
Yeah, being kind to yourself is one of the hardest things to do for many of us, but it's a necessary thing to do as well.
Yeah.
And speaking of, you've created what you've called the kindness affirmation cards for kids, which is the main reason you're with us today.
Yeah.
So kind of tell us what this is, why you created it, maybe the inspiration behind it.
So the real light bulb went off for me during COVID.
Yeah.
When I started seeing all of the rainbows and pictures outside of homes, kids learning different ways to be kind to each other that couldn't come really together.
Sure.
So it was a very interesting time. And that idea, that spark of how can we continue to share this kindness?
Yeah.
So I started writing then. I wasn't sure what it was going to look like. Fast forward, really it became how can we plant these seeds of kindness for ourselves and take that into growing kindness with each other? And because I teach yoga to kids through adults, I knew that movement obviously is such a great way to be kind. But not everyone feels as comfortable to go right into yoga, as we just talked about.
Yeah.
And so the affirmation cards help to remind us we can have kind thoughts. We can have kind words. We can feel that kindness in our hearts if we practice maybe breathing, if we practice repetition of reminding ourselves. And so we're planting those seeds within ourselves and we're growing that kindness and spreading it to the world.
How valuable would you say this is for youth? Because I think about, when I was going through school age years, it's like it was tough, but it's even tougher now with, the way the world is and also the way social media has such a presence now in kids' lives. Like, how valuable are these practices and just kind of what you've created?
Well, first, for all ages, really.
Yeah,
because,
absolutely.
all the way to adult, these practices are ways for us to help reshape our thoughts and what we're thinking from I don't always have to feel negative. I can do it. I can ask for help. I can make a difference. And just the other day when I was practicing with a little 9-year-old, she said, I had a dance recital. I was scared to death and I want to buy these. She bought it with her own money.
Oh.
She said, I want to buy them because the next time that I have something, I can practice my humming breath.
I love that. Yeah. And I think starting this at a young age is so valuable in itself, right? So, okay, kind of explain to me, walk me through how we use these.
So what's unique about these is that they are monthly.
Okay,
And
I love that.
yeah, so think about like how a practice, whatever you're learning, it takes 21 to 28 days to create a habit.
Sure.
So this is not just a quick verse to say, but it's really sealing it in. So for example, say brave was what you chose, you would have that information out here. Now, the whole idea and what I share in every class that I teach, especially with kids, is kind thoughts, kind words, kind heart. And there's an actual science behind that and the link behind how that feels. So it's like a little question, think about the last time you felt brave. What did that feel like? What were you doing? Kind words, I am so brave, whispering that to yourself, touching your thumb to each finger and reminding yourself that. And then place your hand on your heart. Let's see if we can start to feel that in our body. It goes into, you could do it with yourself or family, or a teacher could ask some more questions about maybe when's the last time you tried something new that you were scared about, but you really wanted to do it. And then here's brave in action. Next time that you want to feel brave, but you're not really feeling it, just like that little girl said, you could do something called star breath, and you could take 5 deep breaths by tracing your finger up and down. Just this moment of being mindful and present and breathing in and out. And then reminding yourself, I am so brave.
And I can see how, like, I love that you say this, even though this is, you know, targeted at kids, it's for everyone. Because I think about it, I see this and I'm like, yeah, bravery. Like, we need that as adults too. You know, I'm like, there are so many days that I could really use a tool like this, you know?
And I created it for families and teachers to use, to kind of have out as a focus. It is a tabletop, like you could use it as a monthly calendar. There's no dates or anything, so you can keep reusing it. But then each day, maybe have a conversation together. You know, how did you feel a little more brave today? Or what did you do? And these are constant conversations to remind ourselves just to be kinder. You know what, today I wasn't feeling brave. And let's talk about that.
I love that. A great conversation starter is what I'm all about. So Cynthia, if people want their hands on one of these affirmation cards, how do they go about getting this, and how can they keep up with you?
Yeah, so they can order them through my website, so atxyogagirl.com. Also on my Instagram, ATX Yoga Girl, all located in the link in bio. I mail them out right now. I'm selling them in person as well. And they can stay abreast with my events. So I'm in person here in Austin, and I'm teaching. I do after school programs, but I also work with lots of places where events are located. I'll be in January every Monday at Austin Public Library teaching toddler storytime yoga, family yoga at Welfare Center every second Sunday. On January 30th, I'm really excited to be at Laguna Gloria for Arty Party. And we will be focusing the affirmation cards, the kindness one. So we're going to be talking about how can we be more kind to ourselves and to others. I'll be talking through the kindness affirmation page, and we'll be doing some kindness activities for the kids.
So you've got lots of amazing things coming up. Cynthia, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And for more information, visit atxyogagirl.com or follow Cynthia on social media at ATX Yoga Girl.